Welcome back to Camp Out West, and a special thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you've been watching for a while, you'll know that we bought an abandoned caravan site and we spent the past couple of years clearing away decades of rubbish and getting rid of old abandoned caravans. So far we've got rid of 3 caravans and this one still remains. I'm going to show you why we haven't got rid of this yet. After a few thousand bees moved in and now call this caravan their home, it's been the last thing on our list to remove. Once we knew the bees were here, we went on Facebook and joined some beekeeping groups and we asked some people what they thought we should do. A lot of people said not to worry and that they wouldn't stick around for long. Well, that was a year and a half ago and they very much stuck around, and there's thousands of them there as we've just shown you. So they're obviously doing great, and I think the reason that is because we've got so much wildflower, so much bramble flower which they love to eat. So clearly they do well in this environment, so we want to keep them because I think it's really important. Like, bees are in decline and we do need them for pollinating, like our veg, like we've seen us having to do it ourselves because there's not enough bees to do it. So we want to put them in a hive and put them somewhere safe. So to do so, we thought the best thing to do is to go on a course and learn how to keep bees properly. So last week we went up to the Brecon Beacons, to the Brecon Beecombs, to learn how to look after bees, and this is how we got on.
We booked onto the course after John's parents saw it advertised in a local magazine. The first half of the day we spent in the classroom learning all the theory of the bee world with Roger from the Brecon Beecombs. What have you got there?
This is a frame from a super covered in wax. It smells amazing.
Then it was time to get in our suits and head on down to the apiary for some hands-on learning in the afternoon. The first job was setting up the smoker, which would help keep the bees calm during our hive inspection.
So you have to just keep puffing the as it goes, so it keeps air feeding it to keep it burning itself.
I love the sound. We put the last of our safety gear on and all did a quick check to make sure everything was done up and no rogue bees would be getting in our suits. And then it was time to head down to the hives. To start with, Roger showed us around the hive and then walked us through how he does a hive inspection. The smoker helps calm the bees and encourages them to head down into their boxes instead of flying up to attack us.
They're looking very docile.
Thank you, bees. Roger was showing us how to remove and inspect each frame and what we should be looking for to keep a healthy hive. Wow.
Still the sign of the queen.
How many do you think's on there?
Probably thousands or more.
Each hive holds between 30 to 40,000 bees in the summer and drops down to 5,000 in the winter. Now it was time for us to have a go inspecting the next hive.
See, this is all built out and they put the so it's going to be their stores. There's a couple of racks there.
This one doesn't have a space, so this
That's brood, that's brood.
Is that a big drone? See the one underneath?
Could be the queen here will have a red spot.
Yeah.
Just swivel it up to you to look at it. Just remember to do it. So you can see they're pulling out the foundation here. It's nothing visible. Gently slide downward.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be, because I'm actually afraid of everything, so this is good.
That's cool.
There's going to be a lot of babies. John was so naturally calm, whereas I took a bit longer to relax. I kept taking little breaks to keep myself calm and used to the sound and new environment. How are you finding it, John?
Yeah, good. I'm quite surprised. Thought I'd be more scared, but I think once you start, you get used to it.
Lift it up.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Take this one, take this one. It's got more juice.
Thanks. Ah, thank you. Whoa! They are so beautiful. Look how pretty their wings are.
You get the sun. It's all gorgeous.
It feels like it's in your mouth, but it's not. Wow! Look at them drinking. They're not drinking, they're making it, aren't they?
Well, they might be drinking now because of the smoke. They might be thinking I've got to run away with this. Okay, you can go down the back.
So, I don't want to squish them.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
They'll move. Just gently lower it down. That's it. Now just gently put it back. You've got the spacer there, so it shouldn't squish them. You're doing good.
Thanks.
There you go.
Okay, so that's loose. So
Yeah.
let's put this down. I'm sweating so much. I feel like they can smell it on me. Be careful, bees.
We're really glad we booked the course. It was really good value for money and we love meeting Roger and his wife Debbie. If anyone is interested in doing a beekeeping course with Roger, we'll put his details in the description below.
Just coming around.
I can see her.
See her?
Yeah, I can see her.
We hope you enjoyed seeing what we got up to on the beekeeping course. It's not something that we ever thought we'd be doing, fully suited up, handling tens and tens of thousands of bees, going through all the hives. Especially at the start of the day, we were both pretty scared of what we're going to be doing, but by the end of it, we'd calmed down and we actually enjoyed it. So we're very glad that we did it. The main thing that we learned from it is that it's not actually as easy as we thought to go and take those bees from the caravan and to put them in a hive, anywhere on the land that suits us, because the bees actually orientate to a very specific spot. And if you want to move them, you can either move them only within 3 feet of where they are now, or you have to move them at least 3 miles away. So that doesn't really work in our current situation. So we've kind of had to think of another option. And another thing that we learned is that the type of bees that we've got on the site, they're native Welsh black bees, which isn't really a very sort of novice friendly bee to be keeping, because their sort of temperament is that they can be quite aggressive and just a bit hostile, which I've learned myself, whenever we come over to this side of the land to do a bit of like maintenance and stuff on the ground, I have been stung on my hands, and yeah, they're all dive bombing me and stuff all the time. So I can see what they mean, that they're not the friendliest of bees. The bees that Roger had at his apiary were buckfast bees, and they're known for being really docile, and they're supposed to be quite easy beginner bees. And it was crazy that whole afternoon, the three of us, not one of us got stung, which I think we were really surprised at. So yeah, I think we've decided that the bees that are in the caravan aren't the best option for us as beginners right now, but we have come up with an idea for them. And if we can get them out of the caravan and into a hive, we're thinking if we can find someone that is at least 3 miles away that is willing to have them on their land, the bees would reorientate to their site. We could leave them there for a couple of weeks whilst we get rid of the caravan, and then we could have them back. So that could be a really good solution. So if there's anyone out there that would be willing to foster our bees for a little while before we can take them back, that would be amazing. So let us know if that's you. But because we've done the course and everything now, we're really excited to get bees on the site. It's a good time of year for it. But we found out that there's a local bee farmer to us called Griff Rees, his business, Gwen in Griffith, actually sells nukes of bees. So we've decided to order one, so that's on order. And a nuke of bees is essentially like a small hive of bees with a queen that he's going to actually bring to site, and he's going to place in our hive for us. And the hive we've already received, so that's going to be one of our jobs today. We're going to be building that. But I think before we do that, we're going to show you the area where we're going to make an apiary. So this is our spot we want to make our apiary. You can see there's a couple of things that we need to clean up here, but we think it's going to be really good because it's very sheltered from the wind, especially over winter when the bees are not very active. We want to try and keep them warm, but they are surrounded here with ivy all over the ground. We've got bramble all down the sides here, so plenty of food for them, especially the ivy helps them get a lot of honey ready for the winter. But yeah, really excited to try and transform this little corner. This is tucked away on the side of our land. It's not really in our way. It's kind of a corner that we wouldn't have much else of a purpose for. So yeah, excited to turn this into an apiary.
So we're just getting ready to put our first beehive together. We've done a lot of research to try and figure out which would be the best style of hive for us to go for. We watched so many YouTube videos and we came across Black Mountain Honey, who's in North Wales, and he did a review on these automatic beehives, and we thought these were such a good option for us as complete beginners. We love that we don't need to invest in any additional extraction equipment because they have the automatic flow option on it. So we're going to get ready to put this together, and we've also picked the best warm weather day to actually get this painted. It is the hottest day we've ever had on the land, so we're excited to be working outside today and get this ready.
Let's maybe just put the base on here. So that's the hive fully assembled. It was quite a clever design, all went together really nice. It didn't have to be screwed, but we figured just to make it that little bit stronger, we've added the screws because it's all dovetail joints, which is really nice and strong. But one of the cool features on it is on both sides of the super at the top, you can actually take off these inspection hatches, and there's like a perspex, so you can actually look into the super and look at where the honey is being produced, which is really cool. But yeah, the hive's made all of cedar wood, which means it's really good for like longevity and not rotting, but we want to make the most of it, so we're actually going to paint it, and we've been advised to paint it with like a non-toxic paint, and we can get that in our local bee supply shop. So there's a place called Gwen and Griffith. It's the place we're actually going to buy our bees from as well. They've got a shop that's not too far from us, so we're going to head down there. I've got a few other things to get. I need to get a bee suit, Em's already got one, and we need a couple of tools and a smoker ready for when our bees arrive, so let's get going. Griff runs the business with his wife and Harad. We followed Griff on YouTube for over 2 years now. If you're looking to get into beekeeping or interested in what life is like for a bee farmer, we definitely recommend his channel, where they talk all things beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and they do reviews as well. Actually, this bee suit I tried on and ended up buying is one I saw Griff do a review of on his channel before. We'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the description if you want to check it out. As we are completely new to beekeeping, it was so cool to go to the shop and be able to buy everything we needed locally for our up and coming beehive. Tools and paint secured, it was time to paint our hive. So that's our hive fully assembled and painted. Looks really cool. We've gone for a white finish. It's kind of like the traditional beehive look, even though this is very much not a traditional hive. It's quite modern, I guess, with the auto flow system. So when I say auto flow system, this is what I mean. Maggie's trying to show you. So the back of the hive opens up. Take this panel out. And in here there's this clever system where you can open up the little taps at the bottom. There's a key that you turn up the top, and you can put this pipe in, and you can literally put a jar underneath, and that is how you extract the honey. So straight into a jar. You don't need any extra tools and stuff, which for us is great. We're not keeping bees for like maximum honey yield, we're just keeping them for fun. And why not? We've got the land, we've got all the wildflower and stuff, so yeah, just excited to see how it works. So now the hive is complete, we're going to go and prep the site of where it's going to go. So we've seen these boxes all tucked up here. Looks like the previous owner had been growing stuff in them, which is all well and good, but I think whatever he left carried on growing, actually grew through the box. So all these boxes are like pinned down to the floor with, I think, tree roots, and all the plastic is gone completely brittle. So yeah, keep finding all this disgusting stuff. Like it's like completely stuck. Now the area was clear, I built a stand for the hive from leftover timber from the cabin build. So this is the hive on its stand in its final spot. Really happy with it, and I think it's going to be a really good location for the bees. So that's the end of today's video. Join us next week when we'll be getting our nuke of bees being delivered from Gwen and Griffith, and this will no longer be an ornament, but it'll be a home for thousands of bees. So really looking forward to that. And we're also going to be cracking on with the cabin build, so join us there, and thanks for watching. Before I go, just want to say a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you're new to Squarespace, they're an all-in-one website platform that gives entrepreneurs and creatives the tools to showcase and propel their products and brand ideas into a successful business online.
Being owners of 3 online businesses, we know how important it is to have a fully functional and professional website that not only helps us elevate our brands, but also allows us to make an income and connect us to customers from all over the world.
Whether your business is just starting out or you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy for anyone, no matter your web design background or ability, to be able to create a beautiful and professional website, online store or booking platform.
We are currently in the process of building a website and online store for Camp Out West, and what we love most about Squarespace is their incredible selection of ready-to-use website templates that are already available to use within your account.
Squarespace also uses a next-generation website design system called Fluid Engine, which makes it effortlessly easy for you to customize every design detail of your website with their easy-to-use drag-and-drop technology, which works on both desktop or mobile, allowing you to create websites of your dreams with ease. We also love their online store feature, which will allow us to sell our hand-poured candles along with our Camp Out West coffee and t-shirts to people from all over the world. We love how easy it is to upload our products and get them ready to sell in just a few clicks.
If you've ever dreamt of starting your own business or brand, or you're creative and you want to elevate your online presence, just head to squarespace.com/CampoutWest for a free trial and get 10% off your first website purchase or domain. Thanks again for Squarespace for sponsoring this video.